Welcome to Julie's Yard and Garden. I'm Julie. Today I'm going to replant the chive plant that was kind of looking sad a little bit earlier. Here's my chive plant, again, that I got from a friend that looked like it had started to grow for a little bit and then didn't get watered. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, before I replant it, I'm going to try and get rid of all of the dead chives, essentially, before I move it over into the other pot. And the reason I want to do that is so that air can kind of circulate in between. I'm going to have to be kind of careful though, so that I don't accidentally pull one of the chives that is actually still living. Anyway, if you get rid of some of the dead growth around it, it will help the plant. And it doesn't matter if it's chives or if it's a house plant that you've rescued. If you pull the dead parts out, that's just going to help with air circulation on this new plant, or the revived plant. You can do this with flowers. I've gone into a big box store before, more than once, and found something that looked mostly dead, and they usually will discount them greatly for you. And you can take them home and then just baby them for a while, and then you will have a plant at the fraction of the cost had you bought it, because it didn't look like it was halfway dead. As I separated all of the dead growth out of here, the chive plant started to look like it was separated into two different sections. So because it's split, you can kind of see I'm going to try and move this in two parts. And today I don't have my tripod, so I'll see what I can do with one hand. What I'm going to do is actually just slide my little trowel underneath the roots of the chive plant and just kind of loosen it up, and see what I can do with that first, and kind of almost cut the soil into sections around the plants. I'm going to pull it with my fingers. Oh, it looks like this is coming out in a couple of sections. And it looks like there's actually quite a few roots under there, so I'm just going to take everything. And I've already got my pot that I'm going to put it into here ready to go. I've got some basil here and some parsley right there. So I'll put my chives in this little hole that I've already got prepared. And I'll just set that to the side. Then we'll come back over here and loosen the soil around these other chive plants. And I think that since I've gotten the dead parts of the plant taken away, it should be able to take off just a little bit. Hopefully. We'll keep an eye on it. So, there we go. I'm just setting those next to each other, and I will firm the soil up around the chive plants. And then we will add a little bit of water to everything again, firm up the soil. I want to make sure that these are nice and snug down in the soil. Alright, so there I've got my pot of herbs for the deck. After you've transplanted anything, it doesn't matter how big or small, everything's going to go into just a little tiny bit of transplant shock. So you're going to want to water the plants in and give it a nice good soak, so that the soil around all of those roots is really nice and moist. If you can start with moisten soil, that's ideal, but at least go in and water everything in with a watering can or a cup, whatever you've got. I'm a big proponent of using what you've got. It has now been about 2 weeks, just 2 weeks and 2 days actually to be precise, since we transplanted these chives, and you can see that even the basil and the parsley have gotten a lot larger. You can also see that the chives have gotten much taller. They've also gotten more fat and more thick. And I was looking closely at it, and you can see right down here there's another little chive that's starting, so they're actually starting to spread as well. So this chive plant is definitely going to make it. I will go ahead and probably in just a second cut off probably the top half or third of these, and that will encourage a little bit of growth, and then I'll have some chives to put in my salads. As always, grow something you love and just have fun with it.